What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. And apparently one of the only writers in science fiction who actually writes in 2020. This is a hilarious thread I came across this morning, and I want to give props to Yakov Merkin, another wonderful writer, the leading Israeli voice in science fiction, as it may be. And he just finished up a huge Kickstarter campaign, which crushed it. And I want to congratulate him on that and for finishing his Galaxy Ascendant series. Congratulations, Yakov, and good work. Now, how are people actually getting creative work done in the year of our nonsense, plague, and revolution in 2020? And this is a great question because it is easy to get wrapped up in this stuff. And there are days when I do. I'm not going to lie and say that I'm perfect. But getting wrapped up in all of this is solely a function of social media. It is solely a function of hitting refresh on Twitter and getting yourself outraged and paralyzed. And you don't have to do that. And in fact, if we were not working from home right now, or if these authors treated their work like a regular job, they wouldn't be on Twitter while they're writing anyway. And then they just get their work done. So you see all the blue check marks reply, and obviously she's having trouble doing this as a #1 New York Times best-selling author. Very much a representative of the establishment, and she has, of course, tiffed with me at one point because it's cool for these people to do so with their blue check marks, and then blocked me after she started a fight with me, like usual. So, of course, we have another person, author, and a blue check mark. I am not working. There we go. Adam Christopher says, I have bills to pay, so keep trucking. And he seems like a person who is taking his job seriously. You can tell. This is just a handy list of people who do not take writing seriously and are actually treat it as a job. And the problem from what we saw with establishment New York publishing is it's actually much more of a political club now than it is an actual writers group of people who are actually professional about their writing. So maybe check out Adam Christopher. We'll have to look into him. He does some Star Wars stuff, apparently. All right. It makes me feel in control. Ryan Lasala. There we go. Well, good for you. Let's see. N.K. Jemison, of course, our favorite race baiter on the internet. And her entire career is based on race baiting and not actually quality of work. I'm not doing so hot. Part of the problem is 2020 keeps stealing my fucking ideas. Wow. Of course, got to drop the F-bomb in there because, she's a writer. There we go. That's an extremely good question, says a Nebula and Locus Award-winning author. There we go. Literally can't even. Chuck Wendig, the Star Wars author, I say this in loose terms, says, for me, it's very, very slowly. Like a queasy person picking at a meal they know they have to eat. So Chuck Wendig, what I take from this is Chuck Wendig hates his own writing as much as everybody else does. And Chuck, if you are coming out with books slower, that's good for America. Please keep at it. Slowly and maybe too much coffee. Look at all these blue check marks. They're blue check marks because they're professional authors and they can't even write. We aren't, says Victoria Lee. Oh my gosh. You just go down this list and it's unbelievable. I've always hated drafting, spent a lot of my writing time worrying the book I was writing was bad. Now, that seems like such low stakes worry. It's kind of a pleasure to indulge in it. I don't know. As a non-New York Times bestselling author, I don't worry about that. Cat Rambo, the former SIFWA president who is made racist attacks against Hispanic authors when she was president of the club, says, I do it through co-working sessions online. There's something in working silent solidarity that keeps me on track. Well, at least she's working. So there you go. At least she's Diane Duane, old Star Trek writer, says habit. And we keep going down the line. You get the point. A lot of these guys are not able to write. They're having trouble writing. They don't want to do it. And they are stuck in their ways of just paying attention to politics and not actually doing their jobs. Imagine if they were in any other industry or career. If they had a 9 to 5 job anywhere and they just sat there and they just went, I literally can't even pick up the phone and do my sales calls today because Trump. They would not have a job anymore. It's just in this bizarre world where you actually get points for being a bigger victim than the last person in New York publishing, and they actually publish people based on how much of a victim they are rather than not how good of a book they write, that this can exist and that these people can still have contracts. Well, it's going to get very interesting very soon with bookstores having been shut down for so long. We're going to see a lot of closures with of even more bookstores with rioters and looters destroying books. We're going to see even more closures from that, and these people are not going to have outlets in which to push their books. Amazon is the great equalizer, as I always like to say, and I just put my books up. People buy them. I don't have to compete for shelf space. There's no problems. And I want to mention today that the Steam Night, which is a standalone story, you can start here if you would like, came out on audio today. So you can buy this for an audio credit on Audible through Amazon, and I will put that link down below so that you guys can check that out also. I'm writing a novella right now which takes place in this series, and it takes place after the Steam Night. And the Steam Night is composed of 3 novellas: Night Training, Guard Training, and Spy Training. And I'm going to continue the James Gentry character storyline with Mech Training, which I'm about halfway done with writing right now. And we'll get pretty far today while these guys are busy complaining on the internet that they literally can't even write. What do you think about this? Have you ever heard of professionals in industries with blue check marks saying they can't even do their jobs? Can you imagine this at your own work, in your own life, how entitled and whiny these people are? It's shocking that this exists, and it's shocking that anybody gives these people the credence or time of day for their non-works, since they obviously don't deserve it. But they'll give themselves awards anyway for their efforts, participation trophies. This has been another video. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're laughing at this like me, and I'll see you guys soon. I didn't realize my whole camera was on in my little recording studio here, which is my closet. But honestly, I get the best sound in here, so this is why I do it. It's pretty funny. So you can see me this whole time. I've had an eyelash in my eye, so it's going like this early in the video. I was crying over the plight of these authors. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.